Hi, everyone. Good evening. This is your Psychic Christine. Thank you so much for listening in. And this is episode 57. So, these last few episodes that I've been doing have been kind of based on people that are very nurturing by nature, helpful people, empathetic people, people that love and have lots of consideration. And a lot of people like that come in to see me and have readings done. So I have a lot of experience with the troubles that people like you guys experience, like a lot of us do. And, like I said, nurturer by nature. So once, quite a few years ago back, I was doing work and readings for someone that was having a problem in her romantic relationship. She was doing everything to try to help him, encourage him, support him. And, she was doing a lot of amazing things for this guy. Now, this is not only about romantic relationships, this is about relationships in general. But the thing of it is no matter how hard she tried, the worst he seemed to have gotten. Instead of him feeling encouraged and positive and good with all the energy and effort that she was putting out to try to help him out because he wasn't working, he lost his job, he was having trouble with his children, he just had had a divorce. I mean, he was going through a very troubled time, and she was always very consoling to him, and lots of, like I said, lots of good stuff she was doing for this guy. And she came in to have a reading, and she wanted to know from me what was the problem, what was going on. So it was easy for me to tune into what was happening with his situation. She gave me some basic information on him, and I was able to look into it. And her trying to help him so much made him feel worse. It made him feel more of a loser, okay? So, and that's what he was feeling about himself at the time. And the more she tried, like I said, the worse he got because she seemed so strong. She seemed, like this tower of strength. And with her, it just made him feel weak, okay? So even worse than he was actually feeling already. So my advice to her at the time was, let him try to solve his own problems, okay? Let him talk, let him complain, let him say whatever he wants to say, because the thing of it is that he just wanted to be heard. He wasn't really asking for help. He just wanted to be heard. Now, when people come up to you and say, I have this problem, I have that problem, I have the other problem, and instinctively, and we're sincere, we just want to help. Okay, so you've presented me with this problem, so I guess that means you want me to help you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes they just want to talk about what they're going through and just want a little sympathy or whatever. And sometimes when that is the case, the person that's on the giving end starts to feel rejected. Okay? So this is where, and like I said, it's not just romantic relationships, it could be any kind of relationship. Friendships, parent-child relationships, whatever. So, it even says in the Bible, ask and you shall receive. Okay? So sometimes it's not always such a great idea to just volunteer, because sometimes that's, and actually I find that most of the time people are not looking so much for that. So, like I said, these recent podcasts are about people, like I said, that are giving so much of themselves, and a lot of times depleting themselves out of so much of their energy. And I say to a lot of people that the universe really doesn't support this whole off balance. I have been telling a lot of people lately, that I'm finding in readings that I'm doing for people, that when they get into relationships, and like I said, not always romantic relationships, and they give so much of themselves, sometimes the universe is just gonna close up the door, because that actually symbolizes that it's time to start focusing more on yourself. There's so many people that let the rest of their lives just fall to the wayside because of so much support and energy we put out into other people. And like I said, the universe doesn't support that, and it'll shut the door and cause us to, start to do some self examination and start to address these things like work, career, and other fronts of our lives, for us to start paying attention. So, like I've said, and I think this bears repeating, you've got to love yourself and take care of yourself as much as you're willing to love others and take care of others. Okay? Very important. Uh, I'm thinking that probably a lot of you guys that are listening in probably have heard this kind of thing before, but just in case you forgot, I just wanted to remind you. So don't forget to go ahead and subscribe to my podcast. Lots of life advice on lots of stuff, and I do these podcasts all the time these days. And yeah, you can have a phone consultation done by me. If you're here in Center City, Philadelphia, you are free and welcome to just walk in. I have a lot of upcoming events coming up soon, so stay tuned to be notified as to when those things are coming up. So I just want to wish all of you guys the best of luck, and have a good night. Thank you so much.